We all know that Anton Daniels has decided to wave the white flag in his beef with Corey Holcomb because Corey decided to reveal Anton Daniels' wife and his young daughter. But today, guess who gets exposed? So most of you, if you've been keeping up with social media and YouTube, you have seen this beef between Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb. Now, you saw on the 5150 show last week when Anton Daniels went on the Corey Holcomb show, they got into a very, very big blow up. All right. It almost went to fisticuffs, but it didn't because Anton walked off the show. We know what Anton said to Corey Holcomb. We know what Corey Holcomb said to Anton before the SD phrase came out, right? And then after that, Anton Daniels goes on to several platforms and podcasts to further talk crap about Corey Holcomb, all right? And Corey Holcomb says some stuff about the female that Anton was with on the way out because, of course, Anton left the show. Mika goes on her platform and she briefly talks about her part in the deal, how she was supposed to go on the show and she did, and all those kind of things, right? Then Corey Holcomb goes on his podcast, back on the 5150 show, and he explains further about the before happenings of the show that night. He also goes on there to reveal Anton Daniels' wife and his young daughter, which he says is going to be a future Olympian. All right. Well, Anton Daniels goes back on his show and he says, you know what? He waves the white flag. He says, hey, man, you got it. I'm done with the beef. You doxed my family. Now I got to pick up the pieces of this online beef that has gone out into a real physical beef. Of course, Anton was out of his depth, and I said that already. But in my opinion, and you can say what you want to down in the comment section, both these guys look like fools in my opinion. If you want to pick a side, it's up to you. I think this looked bad on both of them, but both of them also gained clout off of this situation, all right? Now, in lieu of all of that, it has been revealed today, early this morning, that Corey Holcomb has put the pause on a woman.
Enemy spotted.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
A fellow comedian, if you will. Now, in the comment section, and before I say this, right, because some of y'all gonna be like, oh, well, you know, he shouldn't have put his hands on a woman, and you know, oh man, she's the weaker sex. No, it ain't no reason to put his hands on nobody, on a woman, blah blah. If you say that, I believe you pee sitting down, and you also probably share a bed with Don Lemon. Okay, get that out. Let's put that out the way.
Why are you gay?
Now, also, there are some people in the comment section of this article on TMZ that are also saying, well, she must have said it twice, right? Referencing the SD comment that Anton made because Corey, like, if you say it again, I'm gonna put my hands on you. Well, she must have said it again, right? There's also people on there that are saying, well, you were willing to put your hands on a female, but you wasn't willing to, jump bad on Anton Daniels.
Enemy spotted.
As you can see here in the comments, let me scroll down here. I put mine. He exposed Anton Daniels' wife, Carmen's a ha. Yeah, I said it. Come for me down in the comment section. I'm waiting for you. All right. Okay. As much as I hate people like Anton, this further proves he won that altercation against Corey. All them MFs who were saying he ain't hit him because of the cameras, well, what's going to be the excuse for this one? All right. Yeah, he's a whatchamacallit. Stop watching this ninja when he kept bringing that scamming A grifter Rizza Islam on the show. Okay, here we go. Corey Holcomb's comedy seems to have taken a darker turn. Quick 2-punch on a bish, but when the GN call you out before the fade, you kept on potting. Huh. Ooh-wee. Here we go. She must have said it again. Okay. Anton Daniels, your handlers have TMZ on payroll. So wait, he punched a woman, but a man who called him a blank sucker gets a pass. You see all that?
Enemy spotted.
And that brings me to the article in question. TMZ, Corey Holcomb, no punch line, all punch to female comics face. That's not the one. Yeah, to the comic's face. Let's scroll down. Oh, before we get into the article, if you haven't done so already, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And to further contribute to the channel, hit the join button down below to become a part of the Working Man Union. I got members only videos. Okay. You can also hype the video and hit the Cash App $ Mr. Normie. All right. Says here, there's nothing funny about what comedian Corey Holcomb appears to do in this video, socking a woman right in the face, igniting a Hollywood street brawl. Now, I'm not going to play the video because it's got fighting in it and YouTube will take the video down for violence, of course. But of course, I will leave a link to this article in the description box and you can watch the video in full, or you can just search it on Twitter because it's all over right now. Okay. And this is the original post on Instagram, but you probably get a better view on Twitter anyway, or X, I'm sorry. The surveillance video allegedly shows Corey and a female comic, Christina Payne, jawing at each other outside the Hollywood Improv as a large group of people watched. And then suddenly he unloads a right jab to her face.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
TMZ broke the story when all this went down in December of 2024. Now here's the deal. For clarity or context, I haven't been watching the 5150 show too long, probably about the last 8 or 9 months, because he is very entertaining. He talks about a lot of stuff in an entertaining way. What I've been told for people that watch this show on a consistent basis, he's actually talked about this before. But of course, in lieu of this beef with Anton Daniels, skeletons are coming back out of the closet. So that's why it is relevant to the whole thing, all the back and forth that Anton and Corey was having, all right? Law enforcement sources told Corey had punched her over a months-long feud between comedians. This video obtained by The Busy Room plays out exactly as the incident was described to us. Now, this is a picture of the victim in question, Miss Christina Payne, or alleged victim, rather, I would say. It says immediately after Corey punched Christina, a bunch of guys jumped in, slammed him to the ground, and apparently beat him until he was able to escape. Christina filed a battery report with the LAPD, but Corey was never arrested. In fact, 2 months later, he attempted but failed to get a temporary restraining order against her, claiming Christina put hands on him first while his back was turned to her. Now, as you can see, like I said, he's talked about this already. However, he has never been charged with anything in relation to this incident. And I guess there's a he said, she said about how the before moments happened before, you know, the punch was thrown. All right. Corey claims she also trash talked him, saying your mama's
yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
And your daddy ain't shh. He clearly knew this video existed because in court docs, he accused Christina of giving TMZ a clip that only showed his aggression and not hers. We never published or even received any such video. We've reached out to him to see if his story changed. No word back yet. And he probably won't talk about this because, of course, this is going to make him look bad whether she was the aggressor or not. This is going to make him look bad because, you know, of the obvious, you know, back and forth that he's had with Anton. All right. Now, again, and in all fairness, she might have actually started this before the camera was rolling, because the video shows them outside, you know, bickering back and forth. But something could happen inside the comedy club or wherever they was at before this incident actually took place. So I'll give him that. All right. But either way, it looks bad on Corey because, like I said before, you told Anton that, you know, say it again. I'm gonna, you know, we're gonna throw down, all that kind of stuff. But this woman, you know, you actually went all the way with as far as physical altercation. And that's what people are going to, that's what a lot of people are going to say. Actually, they've already said it, as I showed you in the comment section of the X post. People are already saying that your actions in this video, in this, you know, altercation, is hypocritical to all the smoke you wanted with Anton. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it down in the comment section. I tend to agree partly. This did happen in 2024. Each situation has its own context and differences, right? But in a general sense, I mean, how you gonna respond to that, Corey? I mean, and I would also like to add that you exposing people, you know, you eventually get exposed, right? So when you expose people like that, how you did with his daughter and his wife, you had better make sure that you don't have any skeletons in your closet because you open somebody's door and let their skeletons fall out. Somebody's going to come unlock yours too. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. The beef is over now already, but now Corey's got to deal with this, right? So I guess they both lost, right? And with that being said, thank you for attending another episode of the Working Man Podcast. I am your host, Nicholas J. Fury. Let me know what you think about this whole situation. And again, if you want to come for me down in the comment section for saying both these guys took L's, both the guys are losers for this whole beef, right? And now Anton gets exposed and now Corey's exposed. So again, both of them take another L, right? So if you think that Corey, because of his street mentality or because he was standing on some kind of business and you think Corey won, well, okay. If you think Anton won, if you think, you know what, he was the better man for walking away and, he had the right to talk crap because Corey didn't do nothing in the moment, okay. Let me know what you think about it down in the comment section. And please, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, add the notification bell. We're out of the door. And Corey, if you ever watch this, man, hey, bro, we cool, but reality checks are free. See you next time.